Alright, today guys, we're trying something new for the intro. We're doing higher or lower. Let's do this. Street Fighter versus Loans. I'm gonna go higher. See what I'm talking about? I'm the goat at this. Lower. Yep, Wilt was good, but he wasn't that good. Tokyo gotta be higher. A little lower than I would have thought for monthly searches. Don't know you. Okay. We had 4. Mickey Mouse gotta be higher. He's almost 3 mil. Pluto lower. Mount Sinai. No. Yeah. I thought that one would be close, but no. Tony Blair. He looks important. Yep. Good call. That was a great call. Neptune higher. Bro, it's made of ice, right? God higher. Ooh, lower. Yep. What are we at? 11. You see that? We had 11. Swimming. Higher. Dog at this. Photoshop. Higher. Yep. We are cooking right now. Lower. Would have been higher, but now it's low. It's not 2017 anymore. Come on. You know that's not true. Alright guys, welcome to the week 17 picks. I've got them all picked out for you. I got the scores and everything ready, so why don't we just get right into it. The Thursday game, we have the Browns and the Jets, and this can technically be called a Joe Flacco revenge game since he was in New York last year. Remember, he made that comeback versus the Browns, and now he's with the Browns. Very interesting. But I think this is going to be Joe Flacco showing the world that he is that guy, and he's going to win this game 28-7 over New York. Then on New Year's Eve, we have the Cowboys versus the Lions. I think this one is going to be a great game, of course. It's one of the best teams in the NFC versus another one of the best teams in the NFC. But the Cowboys are at home, and normally they don't lose at home, so I'm going to take them 30-20 over Detroit. So we have the Saints versus the Buccaneers. Whoever wins this game is probably winning the NFC South. But the only team here who can clinch it today is the Buccaneers, and they're going to get that done. They're going to keep rolling and win their 5th straight game, clinch the NFC South, clinch a playoff spot, and make the playoffs for the 4th year in a row. Dolphins versus Ravens. I think this is going to be a very defensive game, but it's in Baltimore, and once again, normally the Ravens don't lose in Baltimore, so I will take them over the Dolphins, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins did win this game. But come on, how am I not supposed to pick the Ravens after last week? Baltimore 20-13. Then we actually might have an interesting game in New York. But the Rams are way too hot right now. I'm going to check how many games have the Rams won in a row. Just give me 1 second. They have won. Okay, so they've won 6 out of their last 7, actually. They haven't went on a crazy win streak. They've only won 3 in a row. But they've been really good recently. And how am I not supposed to pick them over the Giants, who've lost 2 in a row? So I'm going to pick the Rams on the road, going into New York, getting the win, 24-13.
All right, Patriots-Bills. Buffalo is hosting this game. I'm going to have to take them over the Patriots since, it's pretty obvious that they're going to win this game because last time it was a trap game. This time Buffalo's playing much better, and they're going to get the win today. 27-13. Now we had a game that was really good 2 weeks ago between the Texans and the Titans. Ryan Tannehill versus Case Keenum instead of Will Levis versus C.J. Stroud, but I will still have the same outcome as the Texans win 20-14. Now we have probably the highest scoring game I had this week, maybe. Yeah, this is my most highest scoring game. Eagles, Cardinals. Kyler's going to throw some bombs. Jalen Hurts is going to throw some bombs, we all know. And it's in Philadelphia. There's no reason why the Cardinals would win this game. I'm going to take the Eagles 31-21. Now we have Panthers and Jags. It's in Jacksonville. Jacksonville's lost 4 in a row, though. Panthers have been looking better recently, but that's because of Joe Barry. But, yeah, I'm going to pick the Jags to get back on track, but it's going to be a close game since the Panthers haven't been playing that bad and the Jags have been playing terribly. So, I'll pick Jacksonville 20-16, barely over Carolina. And Bears, one of these teams going to get kicked out of the playoff race this week, but realistically, they're both getting kicked out of the playoff race this week. I'm going to have the Bears winning this game since their defense has been pretty good recently, their offense has been pretty good, and it's at Soldier Field. So I'll pick them 23-14, and maybe Justin Fields isn't that bad as he's got a 500 record now in the year. 49ers and Commanders. Okay, so I think it'll have quite a bit of offense, But still, how am I supposed to pick against the 49ers against a team like Washington? I think Jacoby Brissett should get the start, as Sam Howell's been really struggling lately. And who knows, Sam Darnold might even get the start over Brock Purdy. But I'm still going to pick the 49ers because they have the best all-around team in the National Football League. 28-16 over Washington. Now we hit the 3 o'clock games, and I'm guessing this is America's Game of the Week, maybe? Could be the Kansas City one, but I'm going to say that this is probably it because they pull from different sides of the country. We got Seahawks, we got Pittsburgh, and it's going to be a defensive game, like always. Pete Carolyn's 3 in a row to probably get inside the playoffs because they play the Cardinals next week. Or do the Steelers win because they need to go above 500 and they face the Ravens next week? I do not care this time. I'm picking the Seahawks 21-17. I think it'll be a defensive battle, but the Seahawks have a better offense by a wide margin again over Pittsburgh, so I will pick them to win this one. Yeah, so it turns out this is actually the CBS game, and that one's the Fox America's Game of the Week. But Kansas City needs to win this game, and the Bengals also need to win this game if they want to get in the playoffs. But I'm gonna pick Kansas City to get back on track since it's at Arrowhead, which seems not to matter this year because if you look at their home games, they've lost to the Packers at home, the Broncos at home, the Raiders. Oh, no. They lost to the Bills at home, the Raiders at home, the Eagles at home. That's it. And the Lions, I think. But who cares that they've lost 4 home games this year? I don't know. A lot of people, but I think it's going to be a very weird game. Probably a game-winning kick from Harrison Butker. The Bengals, I mean, we just saw that Jake Browning got exposed last week, so I'm going to pick the Chiefs 22-20 over the Bengals. Sadly, the Chiefs are going to clinch the playoffs and clinch the division this week. For another AFC West showdown, I've got the Chargers and the Broncos, and this one's going to be very weird in my opinion. I don't feel like the Broncos are actually trying to play football anymore after they lost the last 2 weeks, so I'm going to pick the Chargers and Easton Stick to actually come out with the win, 17-16 over Denver, and just officially end the run in Denver, and maybe even Russell Wilson's time in Denver. Now we have the game that I will be attending on Sunday Night Football in US Bank Stadium. The Minnesota Vikings at home hosting the Green Bay Packers. And this is going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to have more than 40 points scored, so that's called a low-scoring game if you did not know. And I think the Vikings are going to come out to an early lead. I'm going to say 3-0, 6-0. Packers get touchdown, 7-6, 9-6, 16-7 going into the fourth. The Packers throw one deep. Don't finish it. They get a field goal, and then they get a touchdown, and then they're in the lead, and they take control of the game to get the win over to the Vikings, 20-16. And then if you look at the playoff race, I have them right in front of the Vikings, and with the Rams loss to the 49ers next week, and the Packers win, they're inside the playoffs. But who knows? But hey, I don't know nothing. Let's see if I'm right, though. That's the end of today's video. Hope you guys did enjoy it. And if you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, tell me what you think about these games in the comments down below. And I'll see you tomorrow with, I don't know what yet, but you'll see. Peace.